This is very interesting. Very interesting. Because this is going to have to connect to the final case.
The final case is the penultimate case of all 3 games.
What do you mean?
So everything that has happened in the first 3 games, if all these games, comes together into a conclusion on this case.
On this case?
No, not this case, but next case.
I thought the next case is the last case.
The next case is the last case.
You said penultimate.
Fuck. Penultimate is such a stupid word, because it sounds like the last case, you know, like everything collides together into, like, one case. Does that make sense?
No, yeah, I think, yeah. But penultimate means what precedes the finale, right?
Then it's the ultimate case.
Okay. So everything that's happened comes together in this next case.
Yes.
But it has to be dealing directly with this. It has to. Why do they keep going back to Mia? Why?
They're going back to Mia, yeah.
They keep going back to Mia, dude.
How is VA important in this? How is my spiritual training important in this?
Exactly,
What happened to Morgan Fay? What happened what is Diego's, like...
Yeah.
What happened to Diego? Yeah, everything, all that. What is Edgeworth doing? How is Francisco doing?
How are they going to get all this into one damn game?
How are they going to do it?
Into one damn case. How long is the next one?
I think it's the longest one, but I don't think it's as long as Rise from the Ashes. I don't think it's as long as that.
Really?
Yeah, I think it's just like... just shorter than that.
Alright, interesting. Let's just skip this and get straight to that. Yeah, let's just say we did it. Just tell me what happens, we'll move to the last one.
Nope, this is important stuff. This is very, very important.
Oh, yeah, I know.
Yeah, I figured out who this Melissa Foster person is.
She's an M. Foster. She's Red White's daughter.
Hey, everybody, welcome back to Modern Fossil. Voting for the crown. As he stabbed her in the back, he quickly picked her up in his arms, and he carried her over to the car. I suppose that was the only way he could make sure the body stayed hidden. He couldn't just leave the body on top of the bridge. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm only supposed to talk about what I saw.
Witnessing such violence must have been difficult.
Yes, sir. I'm still shaken up. If he accepts his testimony as it is, we're finished.
Don't say that.
Oh well. Maybe I'll stop off at my favorite cafe on the way home. They make a really great mocha latte.
This trial isn't over yet.
Huh. That's what I like to hear.
Alright, Miss Faye, your cross-examination, if you please. Contradiction is staring you right in the face, Mia. Go on the attack! Pew, 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 pew!
After he stabbed her in the back, he quickly picked up her up in the arms.
Jesus. Are you saying that the victim didn't fall down on the bridge?
Sorry, Neil, the song. Actually, I mean... Of course she didn't fall down on the bridge! If she had fallen down, this photo wouldn't make any sense! If that was the case, her coat would have been all muddy.
If you don't mind, I was asking the witness.
No need to be so rude.
Well, young lady.
I have feelings too. Of course she didn't fall down. The man in the prison uniform grabbed her before she could. One step too slow. And then what did the defender do after that? They carried her over to the car.
You personally witnessed that?
Yes.
Did anything strange happen when he did that?
Well, I don't know if you call it strange or not, but that's when the victim's scarf fell off.
You mean this scarf?
It was matched what we found at the scene. I don't see any problems. I suppose that was the only way he could make sure the body stayed hidden.
You mean the defendant carried the body all by himself?
Yes. Considering the size of the defendant, I don't think it would be difficult.
Yes, but let's remember they were on a narrow bridge that was ready to collapse. Is it even possible for him to have carried a dead body on a bridge like that?
Well, the fact of the matter is that he did. That kind of talk is just silly.
Why did he get so emotional all of a sudden? Miss Faye, if you think there's some other possibility, please share it with the rest of us.
You couldn't just leave the body on top of the bridge.
Why do you say that? It's already a broken down bridge hidden away in the mountains. Doing anything more to hide the corpse would be going overboard, wouldn't it?
Yes, but Magnolia is famous among hikers. A surprising number of people go up there.
But it's February, right? And it was rainy that day, correct?
There's also a small temple and a channeling dojo there. You know those monks? They just love cold, isolated places. I think the witness is trying to say that the corpse could have been found at any time. Besides, the witness is merely reporting what she witnessed with her own eyes. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm supposed to talk about what I saw!
And you are absolutely certain that it was my client who was carrying the body?
Well, he was wearing a prisoner's uniform, but as for his face...
So you're saying you didn't get a clear look at his face?
Well, they were far away and it was raining as well. I thought I was only supposed to say exactly what I saw.
Excellent. You're a remarkably honest young woman. Something about this testimony is bothering me, but what?
Hey, kitten. Have you ever put salt in your coffee?
No, why would I?
Why not?
Huh?
It may actually go better with coffee than sugar, right? Listen, my point is, if you're not sure, you might as well add a ton of salt to it. It might bring out the rust in something, like a piece of evidence.
He's right, Mia. Go present something. You've got nothing to lose.
By the way, I wouldn't put salt in my coffee. The two don't go well after all. I constantly get pranked at the office. Goddamn Robert Hammond and his salt pranks.
Robert Hammond.
So what am I doing?
After he stabbed her in the back, he quickly picked her up in his arms.
Yeah.
And then he carried her over to the car.
Yeah.
I suppose that was the only way he could make sure the body stayed hidden.
Yeah.
He couldn't just leave the body on top of the bridge. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm only supposed to talk about what I saw.
Okay.
Well, the last statement she said before that was he couldn't just leave the body on top of the bridge. And then she says, I can only talk about what I saw. Oh, no. Okay. So he picks up this dead body, bleeding in the back.
Yeah, I want to hide the body.
And he hides it in the trunk.
Yeah, he hides it in the trunk of the car.
But we can tell by the picture of that trunk, she wasn't muddy or anything.
No, she like, picked her up before she fell down.
Oh, right.
Yeah. Or, like...
Oh, what about the scarf? How'd the scarf fall off?
When he picked her up. After he stabbed her in the back, okay? Quickly picked her up in the arm before she fell down.
Right, so he would have had to take her like this. He would have got blood all over him. Right?
Possibly, but you could still, like, maneuver your way around so you don't get blood on you.
Carried her over to the car.
Carried her over to the car. That was the only way to make sure the body stayed hidden.
I mean, that's not true, right?
What is another way?
Could have thrown her off the bridge. A killer not wanting his victim to be found. I can understand that. However, the idea of moving the body for that purpose is clearly odd. There was a much easier way to make sure the body wasn't found. Well, what is it? Take another look at the map of the area and you'll see how. There's a river right below the bridge. Earlier, Mr. Edgeworth pointed out something interesting about the river.
For those who are not aware, Eagle River is well known for its powerful current. Those bodies that fall in are never recovered.
In the kidnapping case 5 years ago, the victim's body was carried away and never found. If 10 murders were to occur at that same spot above the Eagle River, you can bet your boots that every other killer would have tossed the body in the water. Order, order, order. I'm not sure if I care for the way you put that, Miss Faye. But I must admit it does seem odd not to have thrown the body into the river. Well, Mr. Edgeworth.
How sad. Perhaps Miss Faye would do well in trying to take a dip in the river herself. After all, you claim to be such an expert in the ways of nature.
What are you talking about?
My point is that no matter how odd you may find the killer's method of body disposal, the fact is that this is what the killer did. None of your arguments have anything to do with what the witness saw.
Quite true. Miss Fee, it seems that your assertion is without merit after all. But what the witness claims to have seen is totally ridiculous.
Surely you can't deny that the body was found in the trunk of the car.
Certainly consistent with what the witness has told us.
Please, witness, go on with your testimony. I'll try. All you have to do is tell us what you... tell us only what you saw! Otherwise, the main lady might yell at you again.
Who is he talking about?
Talking about me. Alright, I'll do my best. Okay, so this is going to be... The killer broke into the trunk of the stolen car and hid the body in there.
What did the man do then?
Well, actually, he got in the car and was about to flee. That's when I came to my senses. I said to myself, you have to call the police. And so that's when you call the police.
You're sure that you saw all that with your own eyes?
Yes, I'm 100% certain. Alright, so, what am I doing?
Okay, well, I actually feel like I remember seeing it look like it had been broken into.
Yeah, it looks like...
Yeah, it definitely looks tampered with.
Yeah.
Alright, what was the next thing she said?
This is the new statement. All the other statements are the usual. Couldn't leave the body on the bridge. I'm only supposed to talk about what I saw, so this is everything that she saw, so...
The killer broke into the trunk of the stolen car and hid the body in there.
Yeah. What is wrong with that?
Okay, so we're supposed to believe he stole this car.
Yeah. Stole this car.
Well, why would you have to break into the trunk of a stolen car? Because in theory, you already have the keys. You should be able to open the trunk with the keys of the stolen car you stole.
Yeah.
So why the fuck do you have to break into it if you stole the car?
Hold that thought, but that's not what we're talking about.
Yeah.
That's not the problem right now. Okay. Wait, scruff with identification, talk to the lawyer, tell her just how the truth has come out. Ow! Okay, and here we have her dead in the trunk of the car.
Yeah.
Clearly the lock is broken.
Yeah.
Okay. The scarf worn by the victim was found on the ski bridge. This is the photo that Melissa Foster took. And then Melissa Foster's camera, and it has a timer function.
Has a timer function.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Okay, I'm telling you this. The wrong thing is that she's saying this. Why is this wrong?
Oh, because she said she only witnessed what happened on the bridge, right?
Yeah.
So she that contradicts herself because that happened off the bridge.
It was off the bridge, but she was completely accurate. Why is that weird that she was accurate?
Because she said that she only saw what was on the bridge, and then she exactly says what happened off the bridge.
Well, why can't we say that she saw what's happening off the bridge?
Oh, she said something. Shit. Okay, so she's here. The mountain is blocking the view to the car.
That's the wrong one, Darren! Fuck!
Shh, shh, shh.
Fuck! You did it!
Well, Miss Foster, looks like you've done it this time.
Done what?
Made a crucial mistake. A crucial mistake? Like what, Miss Faye? The killer broke into the trunk of the stolen car and hid the body in there. You're saying you saw that, right? With your very own eyes?
Yes, and...
It's simple, Miss Foster. Take a look at the diagram. The place you claim to have taken the photo from that day is here. Do you see what I mean? Even if you tried to see the car, this outcropping of rock is directly in the way. That's right, Miss Foster. You mangy little bitch, from where you were standing, you could not have possibly seen the killer's car.
I admit that the diagram shows a large outcropping of rock. However, it isn't so tall that it would stop her from seeing the car. That's right. It's not high at all. I was able to see his car just fine.
I'm so sorry, but that just doesn't wash. I believe it was the witness who presented this as evidence to the court, yes? This is the location that the photo was taken from. Your own photo tells the whole story. You can clearly see the left side of the bridge, but the outcropping that is being referred to is really more like a cliff. Ah!
Who's Cliff?
Your view should have been completely cut off by this cliff. But still, you claim to have been able to see the killer's car.
No!
Order in the court. What is the meaning of all this ballyhoo?
Your Honor, don't jump to any hasty conclusions. The fact that the escapee fled in a stolen car was reported on the news. After witnessing a murder, I'm sure you can appreciate that the witness was very upset. She must have heard about the stolen car and convinced herself that she saw it.
But she was repeatedly warned before starting her testimony. She was told to testify only about what she saw with her own eyes. Oh. Oh.
Mr. Judge.
Fuck you. She. What is it?
I think I must have remembered things wrong.
Hey, wait a minute. You can't just say that.
Miss Faye, no one on the face of the planet is perfect.
Yes indeed. Quite true. You know what they say, eh? To err is human, to forgive divine. I'm declined to give the benefit of the doubt to our witness here. What? It's not fair.
Save the tears for later, kitten.
Mr. Armando.
Don't look back until the trial is over. Now is the time to go forward.
But that wasn't fair.
Okay, kitten. You need to relax. Then you need to remember the other kitten's testimony. The killer broke into the trunk of the stolen car and hid the body in there. So tell me, how did she know that? How did she know that he broke into the trunk? Well, Miss Foster, until you could explain how you knew that, you're going to have a lot of very suspicious people on this side of the courtroom.
Well, witness.
I'm certain that he broke into the trunk because there were marks left in the trunk lid. I'm certain they were scratch marks from when he broke into it.
What? Let me see that photo. It's true. These certainly look like scratch marks around the keyhole. It's obvious that this trunk has been broken open. Well, Miss Faye, are you satisfied? The judge is on her side. I can't make any mistakes here. What she just said, is there a contradiction in there somewhere? I'll buy it. It doesn't work. What? What's that supposed to mean?
It means, yeah, I'll buy what she just said.
Oh, gotcha.
No, what she just
Yeah,
said
it doesn't fucking work. Melissa Foster. It looks like you finally betrayed yourself.
What?
You said you were in a field taking photos of wild flowers. But even so, you knew about the scratches. The question is when? When did you get a chance to see those scratches? Finally. I finally got her.
I'm getting pretty tired of us waiting over here. Perhaps it would be faster if Miss Faye explained herself.
Your Honor. There's only one possible explanation. The reason the witness had seen the scratches was... Okay. She's the owner of the car.
Oh, she's 19, so she could own the car, but...
Oh, so no, so not that. Okay, I'm sorry. What do they mean the scratches? What am I forgetting at this moment? What scratches? Scratches on what? The car?
You fucking looked at it!
Yeah, the scratches on what?
On the lock!
Oh, that, okay. Okay, I was making sure that it wasn't something else. Like, what the fuck are scratches? How'd she know about the scratches? She happened to be passing. She put the corpse in herself. No. That's too extreme, and she's too small. I mean, I guess it could be. I mean, yeah, right? I mean, that would be good for us if we could figure out a reason as to how he didn't actually put the body in there.
You know who this is?
What?
You know who this is?
Yeah. Dahlia Hawthorne.
Yeah, and what? Who is she?
She's a killer.
Yeah, so...
Yeah. I know, I'm trying to think. I'm trying to think rationally here. How she put the corpse in? She's tiny. She's literally.
I could drag it. Like, I'm fucking weak and crippled. I could drag that corpse.
You are much, dude. You're much stronger than her. Look at her. She's probably what? 90 pounds. She has butterflies around her. She can barely hold her umbrella. All right, she put the corpse in herself. All right. Okay. Alrighty then.
You have no idea how fucking light humans are and how easy it is to drag a body. No. I would know.
No. She has biceps the size of my pointer finger. She's dragging bodies, throwing them in a trunk. No way. It's fine. I'll ignore it. They channel people in this game. I don't give a fuck. There's only one way that the witness had the chance to see those scratches. Yes. What is it? Naturally, when she opened the trunk and stuffed the corpse in herself, the person who really hid the body in the trunk of the car was... Melissa Foster. It was you that did it, wasn't it?
That's ridiculous. I could never. It was the man in the prison guard. He's the one that...
I don't think so, Miss Foster. If Mr. Falls had been the one that put the corpse in the trunk, he would have simply used the car key. There was no need to break it open.
But he stole the car.
He stole it from a young couple that had been waiting at a red light, which means that the key would have still been in the ignition.
Oh, I see.
Thank you for telling us about the scratches, Miss Foster. Without that, we never would have uncovered the truth. That it couldn't have been Mr. Falls that put the body in the trunk!
No! Preposterous! To even suggest that the witness put the body in there! If that were true, then how do you explain the photo that she took? The corpse could only have been put in the trunk when the incident occurred. And we already know that at the time, she was taking photographs!
That was your chance, Mia. Finish this thing! On the contrary, I'm not so certain about that anymore, Mr. Edgeworth. There's no need to think too deeply about it. What I'm saying is the shutter for this may not have been pushed by Miss Foster herself because it's on a fucking timer! It's on a damn timer! Let's take another look at this camera and see what features it has, shall we? It has a timer built into it, even a mini tripod. Why? It's almost as if she had brought this camera just to take this picture.
What are you trying to say then, Miss Faye? When the crime occurred, Miss Foster wasn't in the field that she claimed?
Well, if she really did use the camera's auto timer, then the answer is yes, she was somewhere else. Exactly. She was not in the field. Would the defense please explain further?
This is a crucial point. It was Miss Foster when the incident occurred. And answering that question will also make clear Miss Foster's true identity.
Well then, please answer this question. Where was Melissa Foster when the incident on the bridge occurred? I'll tell you where the fuck she was. Well, she could have been, and she had to have been like right there. Right? Right? I mean...
You think that, like, you know...
Well, no, she's on the...
would have, like, noticed her. Like, hey, how's it going?
Well, she had to have been on the bridge because she's a motherfucking killer. So she's K. She's K!
Well, we're saying that Terry Falls is...
Oh, wait,
K.
no. She could have been, like, back here and then stabbed her in the back. Or she was in the car. Or... I don't know.
So this is what we're saying Terry Falls was, and this is where... Valerie Hawthorne is staying.
Yeah.
So, if you want to use a timer function on the camera,
Yeah.
what purpose would that be? Why not just stand where the camera is and have an alibi?
So that you can create your own fake alibi to be somewhere else. Cause she's like, look, I took a picture. It could have been me. I was just over here looking for fucking flowers.
Okay.
But actually, I just put this auto timer camera right here so I could go do my own fucking nefarious shit.
Okay. So she knew exactly when Terry Falls was going to be on that bridge. So she set the timer for the camera.
Yeah.
For that time.
Yeah.
Okay. And then, what did she do?
She killed her. She killed Valerie.
When?
At 4:30.
I don't need a specific time. Was this during the photo being taken?
No.
Before the photo was taken?
No.
Or after the photo was taken?
After the photo was taken. Obviously.
Obviously?
Yeah. How could she kill her and then she'd still be alive for the photo to be taken?
How do we know that's her?
Oh shit, you're right. Oh shit, you're right! She just dressed up like Valerie. She's the... Holy shit! Naturally, the witness was right here! But that's where the victim, Miss Hawthorne, was standing. Order, Miss Faye, what on earth? Your Honor, if I may. After partying with the victim on the bridge, the defendant fled by car. But this would mean that there was no time to put the victim in the trunk. In other words, if someone put the body in the trunk, it could have only been before the defendant met the victim.
How asinine! Of course Mr. Falls met with the victim. The only person with the opportunity to have put the victim in the trunk is the same man that killed her, Terry Falls!
You still don't understand, do you, Mr. Edgeworth? By the time the witness's photo was taken, the victim was already dead. The person in the photo was not Valerie Hawthorne.
What? I've never heard anything more ridiculous in my entire life! And who exactly is the victim in this photo?
It's obvious, isn't it? It's your own witness. What? It's the only possible explanation. The woman that Mr. Falls met on the bridge that day was not Valerie Hawthorne. It was you, Melissa Foster.
Me?
Let's remember that it was rainy and foggy on the mountain that day. Not a snowflake to be seen. Kingdom of isolation, and it looks like I'm the queen. The wind is howling at this swirling storm inside. Heaven knows I tried. Don't let them in, don't let them see. You'll be the good girl you always have to be. Conceal, don't feel, don't let them know. But now they know.
Oh, shut the fuck up.
Mr. Falls himself believed that the woman in front of him was Valerie Hawthorne.
But the defendant knew Valerie Hawthorne very well. After all, she was the woman whose testimony helped get him convicted.
But since then, my client has spent 5 hard years in a federal penitentiary. He couldn't remember exactly what she looks like anymore.
You're just making this up as you go along. Where's your proof?
I've got it all right here. This piece of evidence will blow this case wide open. At the time of the incident, Mr. Falls had forgotten what Valerie Hawthorne looked like. I have evidence to support this?
Yeah.
No. Wear white scarf for identification, because I don't remember what you motherfucking look like. Mr. Falls had forgotten the victim's face. That's why he needed some piece of identification, namely this muddy scarf. It was Mr. Falls who requested that she wear the scarf to identify herself. That's already been proven by the note the victim left. In other words, as long as you were wearing a scarf like he asked, anyone could have pretended to be Valerie Hawthorne. Well, what do you have to say to that, Melissa Foster?
No!
Dead bitch.
Holy fucking shit, you killed her!
Where's Miss Foster?
She's collecting herself in the lobby.
It's obvious that Melissa Foster did it. She hid the body in the trunk and disguised herself as the victim. She set up the camera to snap a fake photo of them together.
The only question is, why did she do it?
Well, isn't that obvious? She's the real culprit.
Huh.
Well, we'll have to wait for Miss Foster to compose herself before we start again. Until then, this court is in recess. Defense and the prosecution are both to eat in the respective lobbies. Yes, Your Honor.
Understood.
Very well. This court is in recess.
And we'll go to recess.
In the
In the
next
next
episode,
episode.
things right. Ace to turn in trials and tribulations. Turnabout beginnings. Make sure to like, subscribe, comment below, and hit that bell so you can be notified every time we upload every single day.